So, let's cut right through all the AI hype and answer the one question that really matters. How do you actually make AI profitable for your business? I mean, we see companies throwing tons of money at it, but so many of them are just not seeing that return. Today, we're going to walk through a super practical framework that's designed to fix that exact problem, to bridge the gap between AI's promise and real-world profit. First up, let's get a quick reality check on where things stand. Look, AI isn't some far-off future tech anymore. It is here right now. A whopping 78% of organizations around the globe are already using AI in at least one part of their business. So this isn't an experiment anymore, folks. It's officially mainstream. But, and this is a big but, here's the catch. Even with all that adoption, a staggering 43% of those AI projects are failing to meet expectations. That tells you there's a huge difference between just using AI and actually succeeding with it. So that brings us to the big question, right? Why is this happening? Why are so many smart companies investing in this incredible technology only to smash right into a value wall where the results they were promised just disappear? Well, if you ask them, 64% of these organizations point to the same thing, budget. They feel like they just don't have enough money to make AI work. But what if that's not the real problem? What if that's just a symptom?
And that's really the key insight here. Success with AI isn't about having a bigger wallet. It's about having a smarter plan. Just throwing money at a problem you haven't clearly defined is, well, a perfect recipe for failure. What you really need is a blueprint.
And that is exactly what we're going to break down today with the Blueprint AI framework. We'll start with that reality check, introduce the framework, then we'll walk through the audit, the setup, the sprint and review phase, and wrap it all up with your action plan. This is your step-by-step guide to getting a return on your investment from day one. Okay, so let's dive into the framework itself. Now, think of Blueprint less like a strict set of rules and more like a logical path, It's designed to cut through all the noise and get you focused on what's actually going to create real business value. Every great project starts with knowing where you stand, and that's the audit. These first three steps, B, L, and U, are all about building a rock-solid foundation. This is the prep work you absolutely have to do before you even think about buying a new tool or spending a single dime. First up, B is for business goal and boundaries. And listen, this part is non-negotiable. You need to write down a single crystal clear sentence that defines what you're trying to achieve. Something like, we will use AI to cut customer support wait times in half within 6 months. Boom, done. You also set your compliance rules and a firm budget. Zero ambiguity allowed here. Next up is L for list work, pain, and risk. This is where you get people from different departments in a room together to brainstorm. What are the tasks that are super repetitive, painfully slow, or prone to human error? Then you score those pain points based on how much time, money, or risk they're costing you. And the final piece of the audit is U for understand tools and data. First, you take a full inventory of the software you already have. You might be shocked to find out you're already paying for powerful AI features you aren't even using. But even more important is your data. Is it clean? Is it accurate? Is it complete? Because without good data, AI is basically useless. Okay, once that audit is done, your foundation is solid. Now you're ready to move into the setup phase. This is all about preparing for a really focused and successful pilot launch based on everything you just learned. The setup phase is where you build the structure for success. This is where you get specific. You define exactly how you're going to measure success with clear metrics. You create a simple AI use policy, the rules of the road, and assign owners. And then here's the critical part. You rank all your potential projects and pick just 1 to 3 high-impact pilots for a 90-day sprint. And this simple little grid, this is your secret weapon for making that choice. You just plot your ideas based on the business impact versus the effort they'll take. And where do you start? Always in that top left box, the quick wins. These are the projects that give you a huge bang for your buck and build that all-important momentum right out of the gate. All right, we've planned, we've prepared, and now it's time for action. We're moving into the sprint and review phase. This is all about execution, running those pilots, learning from the results, and building on your successes through constant improvement. So this phase is really a continuous loop. It starts with I for integrating AI surgically into your existing workflows. You're not trying to replace everything at once. Then N is for nurturing your team's skills with practical hands-on training. T is for tracking your results against those metrics you said earlier. A is for amplifying the pilots that actually work. And finally, the last I is for iterating this whole cycle to keep getting better. This quote right here, it pretty much sums up the entire philosophy of this framework. You cannot improve what you haven't measured. It goes right back to that establish metric step. If you don't have a clear baseline of where you started, you're just flying blind. Success with AI isn't magic, it's all about measurement. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually put it into practice? Well, the blueprint gives you a really clear time-boxed action plan to take you from zero to a positive ROI in about 90 days. Here's what that 90-day plan actually looks like. You spend week 1 completely focused on the audit. Then you use the next 2 weeks for the setup, getting your policy and pilots selected. After that, you launch into an 8-week execution sprint. And at the end of the quarter, you look at the hard data, you amplify what worked, and you get ready to start the cycle all over again. And it's this structured, disciplined approach that turns the fuzzy idea of using AI into a tangible business reality. This is how you build a system that consistently and predictably delivers a measurable return on your investment. Now, if this framework is making sense to you, but you're thinking your team is already stretched pretty thin, the experts at Rushtree AI, the folks who actually developed this blueprint, can help you put it into action. Whether you need AI solutions built for you or hands-on training for your organization, they've got you covered. You can shoot them an email at support@rushtree.com, text AI now to 917-746-2202, or just visit their website at rushtreeai.com. And that really leaves us with one final question for you to think about. As you move forward, you have to ask yourself, is your AI strategy built on a solid blueprint that's designed for success, or are you just making a really expensive bet? The choice is yours.